Since the Sandbox fans, the Week 12 fantasy rankings are here. Thank you to everybody that came out to the can drive. We're looking forward to seeing you December 14th for the toy drive. But going into Week 12, it's the transition of the NFL season. We have 2 weeks left of the fantasy football rankings, and we start talking about playoff ball and all the implications that come with, the back end of the season. We have Thanksgiving next week, so power rankings going to be pushed out one additional week. And on Monday, Thanksgiving trivia with the whole cast is going to be except one, literally except one. So
this guy, dude, I'm
Twan
permanently on vacation.
Yeah, legit. But we could trade. But no, we're excited to get this one. A lot of bye weeks. We have 6 bye weeks and 2 Thursday games, so 8 teams.
Dude,
out of the
I
list.
was like looking through this list and I was like, dude, they're not like I don't love a lot of the names that sometimes have gotten on the list.
Yeah.
And then I look, I'm like, you're gonna have a tough time too.
Oh my God, yeah.
Thank God, what is it? Steelers Browns, so it's nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy. I do think it's a division game, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns sneak that as soon as the Steelers get to the top of the mountaintops.
I was saying, I've been like gung ho on the Steelers so far this year.
But I also said, I'm like, bro, he's not gonna pick the Browns because of Will.
Dead ass, bro. I don't think I can do it. Will's gonna go, I'm unfollowing you for this week. Bye.
Yeah. Well, wait. I also was dying laughing because I saw him do that about the fights. He was like, I'll be back Monday. So I was like, all right, at least he's consistent with it. So
I swear, I think Ethan did the same thing. Ethan loves John Jones, and how I just post John Jones hate content all the time.
Hey, it's so funny. Somebody came up to me today at work, and he was like, your buddy's got to be not doing too well today because of John Jones. I was like, look, like he's public about it, so I'm like, if you like John Jones, that's not the page to go.
You can't be like, because I will argue with you in the comments the whole time. I will fucking argue.
We also just literally 40 seconds. I can't believe that we had to watch Jake Paul and Tyson. That was horrible.
But like, what did everyone expect? We've been talking like this is exactly what it's. Now, I actually thought Jake Paul was going to knock out Tyson.
Yeah.
But Jake Paul looked even more scared than I thought he would be. It's like
he didn't look like a fighter, and
Tyson looked 60.
Yeah.
Bro, like the wind would like make his legs jelly. I'm sitting there, I'm like, God damn.
There was a couple of times where I feel like they both could have kind of like snuck each other, but like
I think they both got like I think Jake
bro,
was like
for $20 million and $40 million, I wouldn't fuck you up either. Like, you're getting it regardless.
I know, bro. But Kev.
Yeah. Oh. Kevy's coming.
I feel like, dude, Kev just like randomly catches strays.
Kev's birthday was on Saturday at the can drive.
Yeah.
And I got a him and Marty fight night pick. That's gonna be coming
Let's
out
go, dude.
Later in the week.
Let's
so
go.
I think we gotta make that happen in the backyard.
My God.
No tables this year. Just fights.
Dead ass. Before we get to the rankings, though, I got a question.
Okay.
Did you have any blockbusters happen before the trade deadline came up?
Got offered a couple.
Okay.
But
any tempt? I know I sent you a shitter, but
yeah. No, I mean it really wasn't even like a shitter. It just like wasn't a trade that was gonna like make me better. And like honestly, like I'll be the first person to tell you, like, people try to trade with me. I'm really stingy when it comes to it because like not only do I have like belief in like the guys that I have, but like I do like all this research and analysis and like talking about it for like months. So I'm like, I'm riding with like the guys that like I got. I targeted them at these rounds for specific reasons, and like, yeah, some leagues like it might not have worked out. Like obviously, like ETN didn't work out. Jonathan Taylor got banged up, and then Breece Hall was like a little bit quieter in the beginning of the year, and now like he's starting to pick it up. But I honestly think like a lot of like my struggles this year just kind of came with like the combination of players I had at that point in time. Like it's crazy to me. Like my big league, Jamar Chase put up 40, 50 points twice this season. In both of those weeks, I didn't get high scores. So I'm like, how does that like even happen? You know what I mean? And then this week, I had John Jones.
Look at what I've done.
I had Jonnu Smith in a league, and I legit lost because I went against Mixon. So I'm like, what? Yeah, like what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? So that's just kind of been the story of my fantasy season.
Bro, I have had the highest score all season long. I haven't won the highest score week once.
Wow.
I've had most points for all season long, dude.
But didn't win. Yeah, like that's crazy to me. I made a
big move, though.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So my team's loaded, like absolutely loaded, star-studded deep, and I went to the motion of like, okay, I don't need Terry to be my wide receiver too because I trust a Josh Downs, a Jaden Reed, other guys. Like now I have Tank coming over. So the trade I made was Terry, James Cook, Ramondre Stevenson.
Okay.
Sent them. I took Algier. That's like the little extra piece. I got Njoku, even though I already have Bowers. I got Tank Dell, but I wanted Bijan, and I got Bijan with it. So now I got, who's my quarterback? It's Purdy / Darnold, Jamar Chase. Then I have the combination of Reed, Downs, Shakir, whoever I want to put it to that week, Kenneth Walker, Bijan Robinson, Brock Bowers, Njoku on the bench, and then a litany of other guys that I can plug and play at flex.
I mean, getting Bijan's a power move, especially knowing that like you're going to be in the playoffs and you have him, you said, with Jamar Chase.
With Jamar Chase.
I do just kind of think like you take a depth hit at running back because like, I mean, James Cook is a top 12 guy like week in and week.
He is. I just replaced it with Bijan though, and the only other running back I got rid of was Ramondre.
Yeah. No, and look, Ramondre was a piece I've been trying to move all year. Him and Najee, because like they were just sitting on my bench. Like I have like guys in the league that I'm doing well in. I think like I should get a playoff spot and things like that. So like I get trying to like package up, but I do just kind of think like, could you have just done like a Terry and James Cook for like a Bijan?
Tried, it wasn't taken.
Really?
I did. We had a couple ones going back and forth, and then with the second Kenneth Walker got slipped in the trade, I go, nah, dude, I'm not doing Kenneth Walker, but I will compromise a little bit.
Okay.
So.
No, I mean not bad. How your season works out might be dictated by that trade.
I know, and that's what I'm hoping. This is going to be it's the playoff push here. Like Bijan's got a bye week 14. I was willing to take that hit and say, I'm playing for the playoffs at this point.
See, that's another tough scenario. I think like by week 14 should be abolished. Mm-hmm. It should be 12 and before. Like you have 8 weeks, week 4 to week 8, week 4 to week 12. You know what I mean?
It's so dumb. I'm saying,
yeah. Like that's crazy. The season ends 3 weeks later.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think Terry has a bye week on week 14, so I was like, that's a great like get
swap,
rid of. So like it doesn't.
Yeah.
If I'm at a point where I need a win to get in the playoffs, I don't miss.
Shakir's been really good though too. So
that's where, and that's I look at Downs and Shakir, and I'm like, dude, they are literally producing 15 to 12 points every game. I'm okay with doing that as my flex, and then having the occasional Jaden Reed 25 game in the 2 spots.
You just gotta play your cards right. That's the only problem with the depth is like you think you're playing like the right matchups and shit, and it gets really hard. But let's get into the rankings. You guys know I do not do the Thursday games. Let's start at the tight ends. This dude put up a fucking dud this week, but for what he did the entire season, I just think it's hard to leave him off of this list. 10, I have Tucker Kraft. Okay. And I feel like this is the exact kind of script where it's like, oh, he's off. Nobody's going to bet him on anything. Tucker Kraft's going to have 2 touchdowns for like 3 receptions and 75 yards, like some shit like that.
Love it.
So it was a tough decision, but like even like I wanted to have Njoku in here, but can't have Njoku, obviously, no Thursdays. So
they beat San Fran this week, though. Green Bay does.
Oh, they own San Fran.
Yep.
They really do. San Fran's in some trouble.
They are in some trouble, dude. They are in some serious trouble because now you're looking at Arizona at 6-4. You got the Rams now got back to 500. And
the Rams did. I know the Rams beat the Pats, but they didn't help themselves last week, and I think that they have a troubling game on Sunday night, but can go either way.
Dude, I think this Philly game is going to be a little bit closer than people may expect.
Yeah.
I just think.
Even like see the Rams are getting 2 points as home dogs. Like
that's I don't love that.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. It just smells a little fishy though. If the Rams are favorites, it smells a little fishy to me.
9, I got Mark Andrews going against the Chargers. This is an interesting Monday night game. I want to say that after the Ravens just beat the Steelers that they're going to steamroll this team, but it's not going to be like that. Greg Roman understands all of these players, and he has that, and obviously Jim Harbaugh's a defensive dude. I mean, I want to say that this is going to be a low-scoring game because of the defenses that are going to be played, but I feel like these teams are just going to end up lighting it up. But it's like you just saw the Chargers go in a shootout on Sunday night when you didn't think that they were going to. So it's like, are they really going to do that 2 weeks in a row? Like that's a tough part.
But then you have this like Steelers-Ravens game where like everything was kind of kept in a bottle the whole game, and it's like I feel like the Ravens are due to pop. So.
Big Zay Flowers game. You'll hear him high in the rankings. 8, I got Hawkinson going against Chicago. Another interesting division matchup. 7, Goddard at LA. He's a sneaky little flyer for that game. And 6, I got Jonnu going against New England. I mean, I know we haven't talked about Jonnu much in the tight ends, but like his numbers we've probably slept on him a little bit more than we should in this rankings.
100% agree with Goddard. Good call last week, too. It was like the over 50 yards was the pick. Listen, everyone's going to take the A.J. Brown and all this stuff like that. Get Goddard on the yards.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Too bad the parlay lost.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Bro, you saw it. 7.5. I bought it to 7.5, and they lost by 8.
How about this? Nico Collins scores that first touchdown, first play of the game. I hit 800 last night. Yeah. Yeah.
That just means we're due.
Oh, buddy.
We're so due, buddy.
Yeah.
We're so due.
Oh, man.
Maybe I got to stop betting fucking props. I keep saying this every week, but they're so fun.
I just, like, I feel like the props can hit regardless of how the game is dictated. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. And I also feel like whatever team is on top in the first quarter is always the team that's on the cusp by the time the fourth comes around. And I'm like, all right, well, I felt comfortable about this at 1:15. It's 3:42. I'm trying to fight it for the next game, and I don't even know if I'm gonna get this. So
buddy, I'm sweating and my shirt's off.
Yeah,
like, that's how those
standing at the TV like George Pickens is.
Like, I know.
Like,
all right, ready? Hunter Henry 10. Like his involvement this year. I think he's got a pretty decent matchup this week against Miami. I think he's gonna play pretty well, and that's gonna be the game they're going to have to go to. Drake May, I expect to play pretty decent in this game, and he has impressed me this year. Losing to the Rams, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I like the fight
Close
that
game.
the team has. I really do like the fight the team has. It doesn't seem like they all quit anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
9, I got Goddard. Pretty similar. Like, he's just a sleeper. He's been playing good all year. 8, I'm putting Will Dissly here at 8. I think Will Dissly's played really well this year.
He was close,
and he's,
bro. Dude,
he's just like, he's sneaking in. He's sneaking in everywhere. And Herbert likes to throw to him, and when he doesn't have... Herbert doesn't have, like, that one guy that he can just sling to all the time. So he does a good job spreading it out.
McConkey's going to ball, bro.
He's gonna. But, like, Dissly's getting involved. Palmer's having some of his games. Quentin Johnson had his moments. So they're spreading the ball well right now. 7, I'm going Laporta. I'm expecting him to play this week. And he started to pick this game up a little bit, and the Lions are red fucking hot. What a play. What a game from Jared Goff to come back from throwing 5 picks to go absolutely light up the scoreboard against a sorry-ass team in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Was it Tennessee?
No, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Close enough.
Close enough. Yeah, both bum shit.
But, dude, I know how, like, Detroit has kind of been versus these teams. I don't know why something makes me feel weird about the Colts.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, it could. Listen.
They're just better than the teams that they've blown out, but, like, what Anthony Richardson are you going to get?
They're not a team I expect to blow, but it is that the AFC South that they're killing right now. So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. In 6, before I kick it back to you, it's Trey McBride. I think he's going to get pretty active this week. Might be low compared to where you have him in the rankings.
Not too off. At 5, I got on going against the Giants. I do think that the Bucs are going to force feed Mike Evans. They got to keep the 1,000-yard streak going. He practiced Monday in a walkthrough practice.
I got him in here too.
Yeah, I expect him to play, but I still think Otton will be like that next best option. You know, Rashad White's going to be mentioned in the rankings. Guys, they're going against the Giants, so play your fucking Bucks, all right? Play your Bucks.
Play your Bucks.
Yo, we're starting Danny DeVito.
I was going to say,
what are we doing?
Yeah,
what are we doing?
How the fuck? So what happened to Drew Lock? Like, why is it not Drew Lock?
Dude, I just think, like, they know that Drew Lock's a backup quarterback. And I'm not saying that they don't know that about DeVito, but, like, maybe because they have him on contract, like, you can trade him in the offseason.
All right.
Yeah, like, maybe I don't make these decisions. If I did, Saquon would have been fucking paid.
Did you see the meme of the Dark Knight?
No.
Dude, it's literally, so there's the scene where the Joker's like sliding off the money. Before he sets it on fire in front of all the mobsters? So he's sliding down on the money and he goes, like, get me the Italian.
Yeah.
And they say Brian Dable.
Oh, my God. My God. Yeah, but, like, the only thing I don't like with DeVito is, like, all the hype that, like, comes around it and stuff.
You know,
like
everyone's going to go in this, duh, look at this. Yeah. We lost by 40.
Yeah. Yeah, disservice to Italians. But I also think that the Giants are going to give the Bucs a better game than what people are thinking because, I mean, Bucs is a pick that everyone's tossing in a parlay. Oh, that's easy. What's it, minus 200? Toss that extra leg. Don't got to worry about it. Just a little thought.
That's how it goes. I know how you love the change of coaches, starting quarterback. It's always
Bro,
like that, dude.
It is. I have facts to back me up.
Okay? I know. We got receipts.
4, I got McBride going against Seattle. This is going to be a real close game. I would love to say it's going to be a shootout, but Arizona really hasn't played shootouts at all this year. And Seattle just won a tough one. But going to Seattle, that's going to be a tough place to play. 3, I got Bowers. I actually think the Raiders beat the Broncos this week, and I think Bowers lights it the fuck up. I really do.
Let's go.
2, Kittle. I mean, realistically, he can be 1. I don't know how to feel about like the Chiefs going against the Panthers. Like, realistically, the starters should be pulled by halftime in this game. Like, they should. But when they should, yeah. So, Noah Gray, Justin Watson, all touchdowns.
I know, dude. I love that. I love like a Justin Watson, Noah Gray touchdown.
Just a part of a conversation that I wanted to transition as you get ready to go through your rankings. I'm not even though they said Pacheco could be cleared, it doesn't make sense to me for them to fire up Pacheco for a Panthers game. So I think this could be the last week of Hunt. I don't have either of them in my running back rankings, but that's just kind of a little bit on how I feel about it.
I don't think they're in any. I think they like how they've played with Kareem Hunt. I don't think they're going to be in any rush to fire up Pacheco. I agree. This week it's all talk. You don't play him against the Panthers. Do they have a division game? Does it even matter if they have a division game coming up? Because they're so far ahead of the division.
That might be the only loss that they have this season, bro.
I know. I fucking hope not. But, dude, oh, my God, going on Twitter, seeing the world rejoice at them losing makes me feel very happy that everyone feels the same way.
That was your cure to your hangover, buddy.
Dude, I know, bro. Let's go. Hey, Kev. Buffalo, baby. We're all about them now.
Oh, man.
We're all about it now.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's to me. Got it.
Guy!
My guy. 5 Hawkinson. I weirdly like the tight end matchup for them this week. I do. I think that they're a hard team they're number 1 ranked against receivers in fantasy football. They're 10 against tight ends, but Hawkinson kind of plays a hybrid in the sense that I think he's going to be tricky in the one-on-one covers because they're going to try and find ways to shut down Justin Jefferson. We know Jordan Addison can get one-on-one, but I think it's going to be a Hawkinson game. So I'm going to put him here at 5. 4, I got Kittle, one of the best tight ends in the league, but I do think Bowers at 3 is going to have a better week than him. I got Cade Otton at 2.
Okay.
I just think he is that number 2 option for them, and when Baker has a number 2 option, it's as good as having a number 1 option because he just finds a way to sling. And then 1, I got Kelsey. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I guess we're back to that point where like Kelsey's kind of like interchange 1 and 2 right now.
If he's getting 5-6 receptions, like he's gonna have 70 yards with that. Yeah. And for the tight ends, like that's most consistent Well, I don't want to say receptions because Bowers probably gets that.
Yeah.
If not more than that, but like yardage wise and things like that, it works out. But quarterbacks, 12 spot was a really interesting position because I debated a couple of guys. Ended up going Stafford because I feel like it's gonna be a good game Sunday night. Like I know it is. It might not be the game that we want. I do think Kyren's due though. Like I slammed him the past 2 weeks, and it's probably the only 2 week skid he hasn't scored a touchdown since being a starter. But I mean, I'm gonna hammer him again. I'm gonna. I feel like when I back a dude like consistently in weeks like that and it doesn't hit, you just like have to ride it until it does. And that was me with the Jamar Chase thing going into the Thursday Night Football versus the Ravens. I was like, bro, I rode him 2 weeks straight, and he didn't end up hitting. I'm like, I'm putting the fucking house on this. So I'll be hopefully using some winning money and putting the house on Kyren to score in prime time.
Chase got 2 touchdowns again.
Yeah, bro, he's so, and they still lost.
I know.
11, I got Purdy going against Green Bay. I know he's questionable right now. I still think that he's going to play well. McCaffrey's not playing to the stature that he was last year. I mean, when you have a problem with both of your Achilles, I mean, I feel like that's fair. But they're happy with giving him the same volume and everything like that. You put Kittle in the lineup last game, it changes things. I think Kittle can have a good one. Purdy's got to make sure he gets on the field. 10, I have Mahomes. Almost considered not having him, because I feel like defense could get a touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and then it's like, what are you left with? 10 fantasy points here?
Yeah.
But I just kind of feel like the matchup's like too good to like disrespect Mahomes like that. Coming off of a loss too, like they might just be like, hey, let's fucking run it up. You know what I mean?
That's right. And he's been impressive. He's not been impressive all year. Like he's not the Patrick Mahomes we've used to see this year. I think he's just looking for the game where he can sling it.
Yeah, he might bundle Ruski a couple of touchdowns.
I know. Fucking limp off the field, get all the attention, and then go back out there later. 9,
I got Goff going against Indy. I can't believe how consistently Jared Goff is disrespected, like in fantasy rankings, projections, like week in and week out. Like, dude nearly throws like 3 perfect games in the season, and the projections this week have him like at 14. But it's like some of these other guys, like I'm not going to say like anyone specifically, but they'll have like Jameis Winston's probably projected higher for Thursday night than Goff is going against the Colts. And like that just doesn't sit right with me. So it's like, get your shit together. At 8, I got Kyler Murray going against Seattle. Really wanted to have him and Geno on this list, but I do just kind of feel like Arizona's defense has been a bit stingy. Murray's made all the right decisions, and like the tough part about having him in the rankings is like if MHJ doesn't have a big game, obviously they have McBride, but it's like, bro, like I was in the car ride home, and I'm like trying to think like, yo, how do they move the ball up and down the field to be a 6-win football team? Because it's like MHJ will have 40 yards, James Conner will have like 70 scrimmage, and then it's just like, bro, what else?
It's literally like Dortch.
Yeah.
Dortch will occasionally like catch a ball that gets him downfield. Connor like gets mixed in, and then they get DeMercado in there. They like just
it's so
everyone
weird,
gets
yeah.
a little bit, and like all of a sudden they win the game, and you're like, I didn't feel like they did.
They should have won. Yeah, no, absolutely. In 6 right above him, I do have Love going against San Francisco. He hasn't played good enough for me to have him at a higher positioning, but I think Green Bay owns San Francisco just like they do Bears, and I think they do enough to get it done. I think he has 2 passing touchdowns this week.
He's been struggling, but I think he's gonna have a pretty decent performance this week. Steve, at 12, I got Geno Smith. I'm picking the guy that I think is gonna win, or the quarterback for the winning team that I predict this week. I do think Seattle's gonna get the win. The NFL scripted, it just makes sense for these teams to be even going in for the rest of the season. We all know how it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Geno in here. 11, I'm going to go Sam Darnold. I think he is going to have a pretty decent performance against Chicago. They are a hard team to play for offenses, but they're in a really sketchy predicament right now because it was like, oh, like they are kind of fighting to stay alive in the division, and now you were looking at a couple losses in a row. It's looked bad, one of them being the Patriots.
OC gone.
Yep. It's like Eberflus's job is almost done, and here we go. We're just recycling
cycle.
it again.
And we said that this is how the year was going to go.
Exactly. Should have kept Fields.
Yeah.
But anyway, like Russell Wilson's, and he's like, listen, he may not be putting up fantasy points, but Russell Wilson's moving that offense.
Hold on, maybe instead of the conversation is you should have kept Fields, maybe it's you should have drafted Jaden.
It really, that's very fair. You should have drafted Jaden.
Like, because I feel like that's what like the comparison keeps going. And look, I get it. Like, everybody and their mother told you, like, this is a can't-miss prospect. But I don't think, regardless of what the scheme was, Jaden's talent would have translated to the NFL.
But put it this way, isn't it so much better to watch Caleb Williams fail than it is Jaden Daniels?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, I would have been wrong. If you went to the
right? Yeah.
So about Washington and Jaden, yeah, I know. Oh my God.
But like, you think Jaden Daniels? Listen, he would have played better than Caleb Williams in Chicago. I fully believe that. But do you think he would have played as good as he is in Washington if he was in Chicago?
No, because the OC.
I think that's fair as well. I think coaching overall.
But do I think that we would have saw better flashes? Yeah. Do I think Chicago would have won 2 or 3 of the games that they lost? Yeah. Do I think that if those two literally swapped that Caleb would have Washington on top of the NFC East? No.
No. I find that fair too. Okay. 10, Justin Herbert. Teams can throw in Baltimore. Ants, no disrespect. I think the Ravens are going to get it done this week, but teams can throw on Baltimore, and I expect that Justin Herbert's going to be able to do so. 9, Goff. Love Jared Goff.
Little low.
For Herbert?
For Herbert. Little.
My goodness. You hear that, Ant? Get his ass out. You get his ass out there.
Man.
9, Goff, I agree. Consistently disrespected. It's Jared Goff, man. We love some Jared Goff. 8, I can't believe he's this high in the rankings.
This high? Are you saying Anthony Richardson right now?
I'm saying Bo Nix, dude.
Nah, yeah.
He's playing well, dude. Like, he is. And listen, it's time to just admit that I was fucking wrong about Bo Nix so far in the Broncos because they have pulled it together and they have looked good doing it. They just murdered the Falcons, who I gave like deep playoff implications to in the offseason. They blew out the doors off.
You recall bold predictions? Broncos, Commanders. The only other team that failed me there was the Titans.
Yeah.
But
yep.
I said that both of those teams with rookie quarterbacks are going to win 7 games.
Mm-hmm. Too bad Levis sucks ass. Dude.
Yeah, bro.
My God. Keep putting mayo in coffee, buddy. It's working out.
Yeah. It's not working out in between the years.
I know.
That's for sure.
At 7, I'm going to kick it back to you after Brock Purdy. I just think he's played well. He's consistently at that number all year.
Absolutely. 5, this is where I have wow, I think I said 6 again for my last. Yeah, 2 weeks in a row. I went 7 and 5, but it's all good. 5, I got Herbert here going against Baltimore for the same exact reasons. I don't think that it's going to be a 300-yard passing day. But I also think that they're going to have struggles running the ball against Baltimore. So it's like he might have to kind of swing it. I think McConkey gets in the end zone. Like that's my bet for the Sunday Night Football.
Dude, that's the
Monday
old
Night
Ravens
Football.
backfield too. Like Dobbins and Gus Edwards, that's literally the old Ravens backfield.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why Greg Roman knows like how to counter this, and like honestly, like I'm not saying you defend Gus Edwards and Derek Henry very similar, but their play styles you can kind of align a little bit. 4, Baker Mayfield going against the Giants. I'm assuming he's going to be a top 5 guy. He's absolutely gonna light it up versus them. 3, I got Daniels going against Dallas. 10-point spread. I mean, they should smoke this team, especially in Washington, and then Dallas is gonna have a. I can't believe the 4:30 game on Thanksgiving. We're getting Tommy DeVito and Cooper Rush. Like the one time I get to be happy about the Giants playing on Thanksgiving, I can't even be happy about the win.
Honestly, they might get the win, so it might just be worth it to watch the Cowboys lose on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean,
Come on, there you go.
It's very
Glass
true.
half full. Cowboys gonna lose on Thanksgiving.
But I'm also like I have to think that the Cowboys gonna be a team drafted in the top 10, right? So like I have to consider. I don't want us to tank because we've done too much losing. Like we need to find ways to win. But still, it just makes me think. I don't want the first overall pick, but is winning best here? I don't know.
But like, what's
the alternative?
You know what Dallas is going to do is it's just they're getting Genty.
Yeah.
Like it's unless someone takes Genty before them, they need to get
You
Genty.
think that they'd go him in top 10?
Dude, they have to. They
I don't
literally
think
have
so,
such
bro.
a shit running game.
No,
they need a spark, and they
would need to draft like an O lineman, dude. They would have to.
I think they drafted the O lineman last year. I think they can wait a little bit longer. I just think Genty's going to be one of those guys that can
We
change
can't be
things
talking
around.
Draft right now.
I know.
No.
We're already getting look at us already getting into it. Dude, dead ass.
No, but they need to find a running back, regardless if it's in the draft or free agency. 2 is Lamar in that Monday night game, and 1 is Jalen Hurts. Man, I mean, like I feel really good about both of these guys. I think Lamar's due for like a 30-point day. Jalen Hurts. I mean, the tough part with Hurts is it's just like, all right, like who is it going to be him rushing? Is it going to be AJ? Is it going to be Devonta? Is Saquon going to have 2 touchdowns?
I know.
Like, so it's like now it's like a little problematic because like you're just trying to like figure out what the scenarios are and everything else. So I'm like, oh.
It is, dude.
Yeah, it's tough.
And man, to think that the Eagles started the season looking so fucking bad, and here we are. Like that's a good win over Washington's a good win for them. So
Washington can beat them though.
They can't. They 100% can beat them, but it was we think we both took Eagles on the picks.
I don't recall.
I
think
just
we did,
felt
though.
like it would. Yeah, it felt like the game that the Eagles. Everyone's like the Commanders are good this time. Like they might sneak the Eagles, and it just was like not this one.
Yeah.
Maybe the next one, but not this one.
Yeah.
6, I got Mahomes. I just feel like he's gonna play good. I think they're gonna force it. I think all the Mahomes shit talk. He's just gonna light it up this week, and then everyone's gonna go, "Wow, look at how well he played against the Panthers."
Yeah.
We watched him play against the Bills too, buddy. Okay. 5, Jordan Love. I think he's going to have a good game this week against San Fran. I think he's built to beat San Fran, and this is a game that I think Green Bay is going to beat him. 4, I'm going to put Hurts here. Think he has a good game. Think he gets 20, but I do think it's tougher sledding than people are anticipating for the Eagles. Apparently, the Bucs are anticipating for it to be a little bit of tough sledding as well. But I think this could be a really grimy, gritty game. So I'm keeping an eye close on that. 3, I got Baker. He's got Mike Evans back, I'm assuming, so that immediately puts him in a top 5 position.
Yeah.
Got him here at 3 against the Giants. 2, I got Lamar Jackson. Jaden Daniels got a salty taste in his mouth after that loss. He's going to put up a big game this week against Dallas.
They haven't played the Cowboys yet this year, right?
I don't believe so.
Interesting. It's always unique seeing how like the especially first of like the division match, because let's go to like Daniel Jones, for example. Like he always beat Washington. Now he's on his way out, and now like let's see like how the cycle changes, because I feel like QBs like typically just like Dak always beat up on the Giants.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? So it was
And DJ somehow got the Commanders.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Jalen Hurts just seems to beat everybody. So,
I know.
yeah.
Hey, tell you what. Jaden Daniels over 50 rushing yards this week, lock.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think
so? Bro, he hasn't ran it like that since the ribs.
I know, but I think they're going to look and be like, dude, Micah's going to be blitzing every play. Let's try and trick him a couple times, and they're going to have something happen.
Might just be like, hey, go meet B-Rob in the hole a couple times, and you might not be blitzing.
Yeah, I know.
That's serious.
B-Rob's a monster, bro.
Yeah.
He may not be like the best fantasy. He's solid for fantasy.
Nah.
But, dude, watch him play football like he's an animal.
Any game that Washington's favorited, take B-Rob to score a touchdown, bro, because it's a walk, and he's a tough dude to tackle within 5 yards. Forget about, like, a goal line carry. But running backs, Bucky Irvin, just outside of the 20. At 20, I do have Stevenson. I just kind of feel like he's been like too consistent to kind of like keep off. I know Miami's like really interesting. Is it in Miami you guys usually suck, or that's where you usually...
In Miami, we, especially end of the year in Miami, we suck.
Okay.
Terribly.
Good
Unless
to know.
Antonio Brown's there.
So looks like a day that I'll be hammering H-Chan, because I do kind of feel like Gonzo is on that Tyreek Hill.
Hammer H-N, do not hammer the Dolphins.
Yeah?
Not this week.
Wow.
It's too dicey.
Wow.
They got one from us already. Not this time.
Yeah, but I mean, different quarterback scenario.
Listen, Drake May's that guy. He is, dude. It's maniac time.
19, J.K. Dobbins going against Baltimore Monday Night Football. Like, could he get in the end zone? Yeah. Do I think he's going to have 70 total yards? No, I don't. Like, that might be an under prop that I'm looking to take. 18, Rachaad White going against the Giants. This dude should have 75 scrimmage yards, success in the ground, in the pass game, in the end zone, controlling the clock, and honestly, Tucker, Irving, and him are all going to touch the ball in this one. 17, I got Swift going against Minnesota, and right above him, I have Jones. Declined play the past couple weeks out of both of these guys. Yeah, ed zone trips like would change the results drastically, but not the case here. I think both of these teams are a little bit stingy to the running back, especially where these guys aren't really thriving. I know that the Bears are really good against the pass. I just don't know that JJ can be bottled up for less than 100 yards for 3 games in a row. So I do just kind of think he might bust one, or Tyreek Stevenson might be talking to some other fans and like some shit might happen. So we'll see what goes down. 15, Javonte Williams going against Las Vegas. Look, I know everyone was talking about Estime. I wasn't ready to buy that hype. We
tricked Mendy. Yeah. I played Mendy this week. He put him in the starting
he?
lineup. Bust.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
buddy.
Oh my God. Javonte's their back, at least for now. And you know what was a crazy stat that I just saw was like Tracy for the Giants. He's a rookie, but he's older than Javonte Williams is still, and Javonte's been in the league for a little bit.
How old is Javonte? 25?
He's got to be 24, bro, because Tracy's 20. Yeah.
My God.
I know, but that's coming in the league at what, 20 years old?
Yeah, dude. So he must have been like the freshman redshirt COVID year of the whole thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I know, but I mean, Javonte was that good.
He was so good.
He was a good prospect.
Dude, he was at UNC with who else?
Was it UNC?
Michael Carter. Yeah, it was UNC with Michael Carter.
I didn't know if it, no, I'm thinking of Jonathan Taylor, Wisconsin.
Yes, he's Wisconsin.
14, I got Tracy going against Tampa Bay. I mean, this dude's been sitting on a fumble loss to the Panthers for 2 weeks. So I'm like, he's got to light it up, dude. He has to. I know, like, they got Vita Vea, and he's, like, probably the second best run stuffer in the game after Dexter Lawrence. I know there's a bit of bias in there, but I also think pretty factual. But I think you hit the outsides a little bit. I think you have to hamper the passing expectations with DeVito going in there, but I really don't. I don't know what to tell you for the Giants. I really don't. But you probably shouldn't be betting them anyway. So
I know, dude. I can't take Malik Neighbors 60+ receiving yards anymore. Except for maybe this week.
Yeah. 13. I got James Conner going against Seattle. Solid 70. He'll touch the ball about 15 times. If it's a good day, he'll get in the end zone. If it's not, if you don't score, they'll probably lose. Calling it how it is. 12, I got Jonathan Taylor. Really dislike the matchup versus Detroit. I really do. And JT's usually a top 8 guy. 11, Jacobs going against San Francisco. I think San Francisco is going to say, Jordan Love, beat us with the passing game. You're not going to beat us on the ground. We're going to stack the box every single time. And I'm not saying that's the way to beat the Packers or anything like that, because usually when it comes to like the diversity of pass catchers that they have, that's usually when like a Dobbs or a Kraft like XL. But I just kind of have to think that like Jacobs has been like too consistent for them to just like neglect that he's going to be a factor in this one.
Yeah, I love that. 20, you got
It's
Ramondre.
your turn, Twan.
Thank you for the heads up. We sure? Just had to make sure. 20, you got Mondre.
Same spot. Wow.
Yeah.
Bro, that's what, 3 weeks in a row.
Is it? Yeah, it's running backs every fucking time.
20, yeah.
We got to keep this going. Now I'm like picking next week, trying to like
match me.
Yeah, I'm literally matching. Well, yeah, bad matchup. Good matchup against the Dolphins. I just think they got a bad run defense, man. And if they're going to win the game, they're going to need to establish themselves on the ground. Ramondre's going to be the guy to do it. Sucks that I just traded him, but it is what it is. 19, I got Chuba Hubbard. It might be low.
Yeah, no Hubbard.
I don't like it this week. Kansas City's really good against the run, and it's going to be really, really scary. And they're going to be in a situation where they're losing by 50, and they got to throw the ball, and he may get a couple dink and dunks, but nothing crazy.
Jatavion Sanders might be the guy to have it.
I like
this week.
Yep.
This week.
I agree. Too bad we didn't put him. That would have been a good hot take for the rankings. Huh?
Yeah. Brooks, I feel like, I don't want to say his season is done, but like, what's the point of even rolling him out there?
Don't even.
Now?
Don't even. Like, you give him an easy game at the end of the season to see what he's made of, and you go from there.
Yeah. But like, I pretty much feel like he's going to be like a rookie all over again next year. Just like had the time to like break it down. Obviously not like a quarterback scenario, but like I still think this is beneficial to like understanding gaps in offensive line.
Chuba's contract's up, so they may be just ready.
They just extended him. They just paid him 4 years, $33 million.
Did they really?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
I didn't see that.
Wow, kid's been on that much of a bender.
Sorry, dude. The Panther stuff doesn't pop up my feed like that. So, 18.
Too busy John Jones scratching his ass.
I know, bro. Speaking of a John, I got Jonathan Taylor here at 18. So I agree. I don't know that it's going to... Yeah, John Jones scratching his ass for Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, that was horrible.
What a transition that was. John Jones scratching other people's ass. Fucking coward.
Oh, my God.
Jonathan Taylor here at 18. I agree with you. I think it's a tough go against Minnesota. Indy might have some moments. I don't know that it's going to come from Jonathan Taylor, though. Minnesota, Detroit.
Whew. Breathe, Twan.
And we're back with 17.
Yeah.
We're going to take care of you, Will. Najee Harris I got here at 17. I just like his involvement in the actual lion's share of volume he gets, so I'm going to have Najee here at 17.
With Warren, though, that does take away the red zone opportunities.
It does, but they'll get him. They'll get him. And it might be this week, too. I'm going to take a closer look, but I might take some Najee props this week.
Pittsburgh is literally the team I hate betting props the worst. Like, as far as a game goes, plus 3.5 every single time Pittsburgh, no matter who they're playing. That's a solid spread, usually because the lines are like low. The only guy I feel comfortable betting props is Pickens, honestly, or the sacks. But
literally take TJ Watt everything.
Sacks, yeah.
They're good, man. 16 and 15 back to back. Rashad White and Bucky Irving, I think both are going to have a good game this week. Now, I do think Mike Evans is going to have a great game, but I think both running backs are going to be actively involved in this. Rashad White more in the passing game, Bucky Irving more in the goal line and in between the tackles. 14, I got Aaron Jones. I think they're going to keep him active, keep him involved, and really try and mix things up against Chicago. 13, Tyrone Tracy. I think he's going to have a good game this week, and I get it's Vita Vea, just like you said, but they're going to have to use him to get him involved if they want to be any kind of productive this week. So I got him here at 13.
If they want Tommy eating cutlets, they got to hand that ball off.
Tommy don't make cutlets like we make the cutlets.
They're probably making cutlets with fucking panko.
I know, deadass, dude. Deadass. Literally store-bought nonsense.
Legit, Nana's got the dining room table covered with all the hard bread from A&L, just letting it sit till she legit churns it herself,
I know,
bro.
dude.
Y'all don't know about that. Y'all really don't.
Legit. 12, Kareem Hunt. I think he's going to have a good week this week. I think he's going to get involved, and you can run on this Panthers defense. And 11, maybe a little bit low, but James Conner's getting the highest respect I've ever given him in the fantasy rankings because I just, they had a bye week, and the bye week was when he was supposed to have a bad week, so now he's going to have a good week. So
good.
Here he is at 11.
I'm glad. Seattle money line.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
no, for sure. Seattle money line, for sure.
But speaking of breadcrumbs, B-Rob going against Dallas.
Okay, I was like, where are we going with this, buddy?
The Dallas Cowboys, absolute breadcrumbs. But
that's good. That's good.
B-Rob absolutely end zone trip, 60, 70 yards. Eckler's been involved, and like I'm not concerned about it. Like it should still be double digits from B-Rob, and honestly, a game with 2 touchdowns could be very prevalent. Might be another tough sledding game for Terry. Terry is in the rankings, but we'll see. We shall see.
I don't expect it to be a 2-pointer.
Yeah, no.
This is going to be. I agree though. I don't know that he sees the end zone. Maybe,
Yeah.
but
9 and 8. This is the Detroit duo. Sonic and Knuckles, addressing them properly. That's your heads up.
yeah, but I don't put them next to each other like that.
I literally do every week because I'm just like, bro, like, what is going to tell me they have the same matchup, they get the same volume? What's the difference? Am I picking a guy to get in the end zone because they're both going to fucking score?
I know.
So that's why.
No matter who they play,
yeah.
the lines will put a 50.
And I can't wait for next year when Monty's getting drafted in the 6th or the 7th round because everyone's waiting on a decline and Gibbs is going to be a top 5 pick this next year. And I'm like, bro, give me the value all day long.
Yep. 100%.
All day long.
We're value hunters over here.
Oh, my
100%.
God. We're trying to value hunt for you, too.
Mm-hmm.
At 7, this is where I have CMC. Can't have him any higher. And honestly, Green Bay's defense is a little stingy. So, not expecting a crazy amount of points. Think it's going to be under 40 total. I'm interested to see what that over-under is actually going to end up finishing as. 6, Kyren. I honestly feel like I'm disrespecting him. Could be a little bit higher, but the number 1 dude, I mean, this dude's hot. Whew, like hot tamale. But Kyren going against Philly. I'm bringing it today, Swan. I got you giggling.
Yeah, you got it.
Sunday Night Football, this dude's going to score. 5, Kenneth Walker, another one. Fucking due, man. Kenneth Walker is overdue. Like, it might be a 2-touchdown day going against Arizona. 4, Achane versus New England. You guys heard me talk about that a little bit earlier in the episode, but Achane's the guy. Wright is getting a lot of involvement, and it's not like taking away from Achane by any way, shape, or form. Just really interesting that like there's just been like a demotion mid-season after like Mostert was involved and like paid and like all that stuff. So very interesting. 3, I got Derrick Henry. 2, I got Saquon, and 1, I have Mixon. And I really don't know how I could not have those guys as top 3 in any order that you want to say for that top 3. You can justify, and I'd be like, okay. But Mixon, I mean, Joe Mixon deserves to be 1 in my eyes.
Oh, boy.
This dude's going to have him at 6.
Just wait.
He's going to have him at 6. Yeah, because it's going to be Nick Chubb and fucking Najee.
10 Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. CMC I got here at 10.
You agree?
Yeah, I agree. I think he's going to get 15, but I don't think it's going to be much higher than that. I think they've been stingy, and again, he went 16, he went 15. I think he's going to, or 16, 14. I think he's just going to be right in the middle there. It's a safe spot for him. 9, I got Kyren Williams. Again, I agree, like might be disrespecting him, but like, dude, I got to see it, and this game smells to me, man. This feels like one of those low-scoring, crappy games where only one guy gets in the end zone.
Field goals.
Yep, a lot of field goals. It's going to be ugly. 8, I got Monty. Knuckles. He's Knuckles.
Good job.
He's Knuckles.
Good job.
All right, so I got Knuckles here at 8. I do have some separation, man. I just think the passing involvement, especially in PPR leagues, does matter more. So I got him here at 8. But again, I think he gets in the end zone. I think he gets 60 yards, and I think it's going to be sufficient for him.
The difference to me is Monty's always the guy that gets in the end zone first.
He does.
And if I know that Detroit's always going to approach that as such, I'm going to take the guaranteed touchdowns. I know that they've still been playing both backs in the fourth quarter, up 40 fucking points. But I mean, you can't go wrong either way. So what the fuck
You
am
really
I saying?
can't. I know you got 2
what
dudes.
am I saying?
Either guys, they're getting started every week.
Yeah.
7. I got Achane here at 7. I think he's played really, really good. I think the Patriots know what they want to do. They want to use Achane, and that's going to open up every other part of their game. And the Pats kind of know how to guard Tyreek Hill at this point. They've done it pretty well consistently throughout the years. So
Maybe an Odell game.
Could be an Odell game. I smell Waddle a little bit.
Jonnu again,
dude. But something about Jonnu and like being in the same area as the Patriots, whether it's on our team or off our team, means like he forgot how to catch. So
crazy seeing him ball like this.
I know, dude.
Because Pats didn't use him at all.
No, we couldn't figure it out. But
they can't figure out a lot of shit.
But
now we can
solidify say that Mac Jones sucks ass. 6, I got Brian Robinson. I think this guy gets in the end zone twice. Big game from Brian Robinson this week. 5 is where I got Mixon, and I understand he's played the best. He has played as some of the best in the league, but
Twan!
Don't give me that. Don't give
Twan!
Dude, he's not going to score 3 touchdowns every week. I don't know.
First Tennessee? Tennessee, dude?
Dude, I'm telling you, it's a divisional game. Things are going to be a little bit more uncomfortable, and I feel like, listen, CJ Stroud has not done his thing, and I know we didn't put him in the rankings here, but, like, this feels a little bit, it just doesn't feel right to me, man.
What, you think Tennessee's going to win this round?
No, I think they, I mean, I would not be, if there was an upset this weekend, I wouldn't be shocked. I really wouldn't. I don't feel right about this one. I still got Mixon here at 5. It's not like it's a ridiculous spot. He's still at 5.
Gibbs, Saquon, Henry.
Kenneth Walker here at 4. Gibbs at 3. D. Hen at 2. Saquon at 1.
Like, I get it. I definitely think that Mixon should be above Kenneth Walker. And I love Kenneth Walker.
No, he's due. Dude, he's so due.
I know, but I'm not putting him above him because he's due. I'm telling
you, he is due. He is 100%. Listen, we're in the business of predictions right now, okay?
And yours suck.
This is what's happening. I'm looking into the future. I've seen it.
Your crystal ball is fucking broken.
Oh, my God, please. Just a little crack, but guess what? It still gets all the love.
Oh, man.
Let's see if we got the same guy at 20.
Debo.
No.
Yeah.
No Debo.
In the rankings at all. You have Jawan?
I do have Jawan.
I get it. 20 got Debo, 19 MHJ. Didn't feel good about those guys really. Right above them, 18 is Jawan Jennings. So, like, I feel like the wide receivers are a little bit tough. I mean, I didn't really love, like, I had I don't want to say a bunch, but I had a couple of pairs in this list. I have JSN here at 17. I have DK really high this week.
Me too.
Really high this week. 16, I got Malik going against Tampa. I mean, good enough to be in the rankings, but, like, I don't even think it's 15 points, if you want me to be honest. I took a player special at the beginning of the year for Malik Neighbors to have 200 yards in a game, and I'm like, bro, if he doesn't take 2 99-yard balls to the house, he ain't getting that.
Yeah. Not with Tommy Cutlets.
No, definitely not. 15, I got Mike Evans. It's a respectable spot. If he plays, though, like, he's like, if Mike Evans is playing on Sunday, a touchdown and 100 yards is just going to be a parlay in itself for him. He's going to go
for
off.
A gross amount of money, too.
Bro, honestly, like especially coming back from injury, those lines usually aren't that high. Baker's going to feed this dude. He absolutely going to feed
Dude, and if Mike Evans is playing knowing he already has a hurt hamstring and he's going to go out there, he's getting a 40-yard catch for a touchdown, like, imagine what he's doing actually finally coming back a little bit healthier.
Absolutely. 14, I have CD. Me and Matt were talking about, like, legs and, like, the game and stuff like that, obviously, like, where he just came upstairs and watched. And I told him, I'm like, bro, CD, 75, rushing and receiving. Because if you didn't take the rushing and receiving, he didn't cover that.
He didn't.
But, bro, it was like 2 or 3 end arounds that went for, like, 10 yards. I'm like, bro, they can't run the ball. They just need to get the player, like, the best player the ball in his hands and, like, let him do something with it, and that's exactly why. So that's the line that you might want to watch for CD instead of just a straight-up receiving with Rush at the helm.
I like that.
13, I got Hill going against New England. Not going to talk much about it. We talked about it a couple of times already. 12, McConkey. Scoring at least 80 yards, like, to be fair, but, like, bro, when he plays at home, he goes off, like, 5 catches, over 80 yards. He has 4 touchdowns in his home games this season. And we're talking week 12. They already had a bye. Split that in half. I mean, you're talking about literally 85% of the games at home he scored a touchdown. So I like those odds.
Look at that math. I was going to say, at this. Dude,
quick math. I've been doing this for a long time. In 11, I got Devonta Smith. Look, I don't want to say, like, he's due because he's not going to have, like, an 150-yard game. But, like, to get back to, like, his 6 catches for 87 yards and, like, just involvement, that needs to happen for them to beat a Rams team.
I like it. All right, Steve. 20, I got Waddle. I think Waddle's going to be able to have some moments this game. 19, I'm going to go Addison. Another double I have in here. Listen, I think Addison's a really good player, and I just think it's going to be – they're going to get JJ the ball at points in time, but I think they're going to realize that, when you're playing Chicago, Chicago's going to try and stop Justin Jefferson. It's going to open up plays for other guys. So I got Addison here at 19. Tyreek, I do have at 18. I know I said the Pats generally tend to shut him down, but I do think they're just going to try and force him the ball. It's fair, right? 13, 14 points. 17, Josh Downs.
18, you think is 13, 14 points?
Somewhere around that. I just like I love
you
high
love
scores,
tossing
though.
out points. You're like number 1, 35.
Yeah, I know, dude. I love the big scores, buddy. I love it. When Brock Bowers is on my team putting up 31, I go nuts.
Yeah, legit.
17, I got Josh Downs. I think Josh Downs has played really good this year, and he's like the one right now. Like, he doesn't play in the position as the one, but like he's getting all the targets like he's the one. 16, I got Marvin Harrison. You got to get him involved. He's got to play good this week.
Yeah, I know. I got you. I had it.
Yeah, you can't help it. Huh?
I had it.
Can't fucking help it. So 16, I got him here. I think he'll play well. It's a division game. He's going to have to step up his game a little bit. 15, Cooper Kupp. Another double I have in here. Think Stafford's going to be able to play pretty decent. He's going to have 2 receivers here, but I think Cooper Kupp's going to have a pretty decent game. 14, Jawan Jennings. Dude, this dude is literally what Ayuk was last year. And like when he plays, he's what Ayuk was last year. Yeah. He's played very well. 13, I got Pickens. I think he'll actually have some success this week against
no Denzel Ward.
Yeah, there's no Denzel Ward. So just curious to see who's going to cover him. Might get a sneaky bullshit touchdown from Mike Williams this weekend.
Did you see the injury news about Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah?
No, how bad?
Bro, his career might be over.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
Going to see a specialist.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Well, is he going to Germany? Because apparently they can get him back. Get him back in the middle of the game.
He's gonna come back a fucking clone. That's what's happening.
That's
why
literally
CMC isn't himself.
I know, dude. He's literally a bot. They got him like
legit.
Up, dude.
Legit.
12, I got Terry. Think Terry will have a good game this week. Not too high. I think it's going to be a little bit trickier, but I got him here at 12. I think he's going to play good. And 11 is where I have McConkey, just a spot above where you had him. I agree.
Love it.
80 yards, touchdown, 5 catches, something like
Let's
that.
go. Let's ride that Sunday night.
Love it. Done.
On Monday night. At 10, Josh Downs going against Detroit.
Love it.
Look, I feel like you have to. If there's no Pittman, like Detroit can be beat in the secondary.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm Indy, I'm coming out and choosing to receive the ball because you can't let Detroit just go down and get a touchdown lead.
know.
You need to go out, pop them right in the mouth, and just hope your defense plays well enough. Like, stop the run. I'm not saying that, like, you want the ball in Jared Goff's hands, but it's just, like, expect to score points.
Make them not play their game first.
Yeah, don't turn the ball over. Plain and simple.
Because they really do a good job of using the run to set up the pass. Well, can you make them use the pass to set up the run?
Absolutely. At 9, I got Zay going against the Chargers. Talked about that a lot already. I actually think Zay's in for like a 150 day.
Mm-hmm.
Like 6 catches, $150, maybe even more catches than that. Chargers can be beat in the secondary.
Mm-hmm.
8, I got McLaurin. So I know I said like it wasn't going to be a crazy week for him. I do just think it's a little bit more of a favorable matchup, but I think after they go up by 2 B-Rob touchdowns, it's like, all right, Noah Brown, time to shine.
Have a day, Noah Brown.
Yeah.
Hey, Ertz, you want one? Here you go.
Yeah. Bro, Ertz with an octopus at the end of the game last week. Absolutely wild. 7 and 6, Kupp and Puka. You know what I'm saying by octopus.
Yeah, you got 8.
Oh, yeah. Just making sure. Yeah.
Getting pop quizzed over here.
7 and 6 is Kupp and Puka. I feel the same way from Gibbs and Monty as I do with these two. Either one of them can have the game. Either one of them can get the touchdown. Puka, I feel like, seems to get involved a little bit more earlier, but when they're struggling, Kupp's the guy to get them through. 5, this is where I got JJ. I know it's not a great matchup, but talked about it. I just think it's time. It's JJ time. We've been missing that gritty on the red zone. That's a fact.
I know. That's fact.
At 4, AJ. Another guy needs to get in the end zone. Should be a big week for him. 3, I have Nico. Run the same play, the first play of the game. Run the same play. He'll score it again.
Yeah.
Put Mixon in the game as a back. Motion him to the outside. Spread it all out. And either tell him to run all the way down the field and just throw it under the route, or literally take it at the line of scrimmage and just do it all yourself. Whatever, he can do it. At 2, DK. DK's going to go off, and 1 is Amon-Ra St. Brown. 85 yards in a dome game. Lock.
God, love that. We'll mark that one down for the SDSB parlay.
Is that coming back?
That's coming back this week. We got it, dude. We're due. That's why. It's going to happen.
All right.
That's why. See, we do predictions. We're due.
Talk me into it, Twan. Please.
10, Zay Flowers.
Okay.
I agree. I think he's going to have a great game this week. I think he can beat them through the air, and I just think he's the guy to do it. 9, Mike Evans. He's going to get back involved, 100 yards, touchdown this week. 8, Nico Collins. Self-explanatory. Nico's playing good. It might be a little low, but just wait. I do have CD at 7. I think the involvement in the force feeding, he's going to be able to produce a little bit this week. And I think there is avenues for him to score. I think he'll get in the end zone this week by any means possible. He may score the first touchdown of the game very early, and they may stop after that, but I think he gets in. 6, I got Puka. I think he's going to play very well this week. I think he's going to be the better of the options for them this week. Just the physicality, I think, is going to be able to help him get through some things, or at least through that secondary. 5, I got Jettas, so same exact spot. It's just a tough matchup. Like, it really is. I think he's going to play well, but I think it's a tough matchup. 4, I got Amon-Ra.
Ooh.
3, I got Neighbors.
Oh, enlighten me on what I don't know. Please.
Dude.
You just said that you weren't going to take him down 60 yards.
I know. That's why I said maybe this week with a little side-eye action. But there is always going to be a receiver that plays well against the Buccaneers this year. It's just that's how it's been, and I think Neighbors is going to get the ball. I think they're going to literally be working DeVito and Neighbors all day.
Bro, Wan'Dale's kind of had like a sleeper year, dude.
He's done decent. I don't think he's going to be the one to do. I think it's you got the guy in Malik Neighbors. Like, you gotta fucking
like
drafted the
Here's the thing with like the Giants too is like I feel really good like about like our wide receivers and like stuff like that for whoever like the new quarterback is going to be next year. Whether like we try and bring in a veteran or we just draft a guy. Like, all I want is just don't bring in Aaron Rodgers, please.
Bro.
Please, yeah.
Oh my
please.
God. No, they learned. He's not sticking around in MetLife. 2, DK, right there with you. I think he's going to absolutely ball it. And 1, I got AJ.
Okay.
Listen,
wow.
I understand that this Eagles game is going to be gritty, but I think AJ's going to get up 150.
Go off. Yeah.
I think he's going to go off.
Yeah, I'm with that. I talked about my favorable lines throughout the week. Do you have anything that you want to enlighten the people to fade?
Love the Pats covering 7. I really do. I think they're going to keep it competitive.
First one, fade.
I am gonna take the Bucks 5.5. I get it.
Yeah.
I get what we're talking about, but I can't trust Tommy Cutlets, man. Can't do it. Even though I have Malik at 3. Packers money line, think they're going to get it done this week. I don't know if they cover the spread, but I think they're going to get the win. Seahawks money line, they need this game very bad. I think they know that they're right there at the top of the division, and beating Arizona will get them
If
there.
the Seahawks win and the Rams win, you talk about a 3-way tie for the top of the West.
Dude, and it's none of it has to do with San Fran, which is crazy.
Oh, it needs to stay that way.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck
So we
San
can
Fran.
fucking be right, dude. That's
Yeah.
dead ass. That's all I care about. And I got Rams covering the spread.
Yeah, Twan's going to be right about one thing this
I
fucking
need, dude. I just want it. All I care about. That's why I love to bet. I just want to prove I'm right.
Yeah, legit.
And the books prove me wrong every
the
week.
money's nice, too.
The money. Oh, yeah, that's always a plus.
Yeah.
But
Twan has a $25 parlay owed to him from me from our friendly wager for the Bills and Chiefs. So any legs that he takes in that, I'll make sure to enlighten the Cincy Sandbox fans so you guys can.
The 2 interceptions in that game, though, were
Yeah.
so ugly.
Yeah.
So ugly. I'm like, these are the best that we have right
I know.
now.
Dude, I know. And like drastically changing and impacting like that game, you know? So
You want to know who
absolutely
would
crazy.
never? Joe Burrow.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Drake May. I was gonna.
He would. He did.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
But I'm impressed. I'm happy with how he's played still.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, you're trying to make a play to win a game. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, for all the coaching and everything that's gone on, that's a positive for sure.
Mhm.
But for Mayo to be a defensive dude, like,
It's tough.
yeah,
Just
absolutely.
don't know if it's right for a rookie quarterback, but hey,
Yeah,
craft's
absolutely.
gonna craft.
Absolutely. But since the Sandbox fan, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Week 12 Fantasy Football Rankings. If you guys have donations ready to come in, let us know. The toy drive is right around the corner. NFL trivia will be out to you guys on Monday. From us to you guys, you'll hear from us next week. But sincerely, happy Thanksgiving. We're thankful that you guys are part of our journey here with Since the Sandbox. You get to enjoy a little bit of shooting the shit, some facts, some knowledge, and a bunch of bullshit. So it sounds like a perfect podcast if you're asking me. You guys, go C's, by the way.
Go C's is damn right.
Yeah.
Fuck the Cavs.
Yeah.
Baby.
You guys know the deal. Peace, love, 5 stars, nothing less.